And we will like to Venezuela. Let's listen to the declaration of the Vice President of the Republic, Delcy Rodríguez.
In defense of the international legality, we have sustained very respectfully at the International Court of Justice. As you all know, at the International Court of Justice made a pronouncement about this Essequibo dispute. I want to be very accurate about what Guyana requested and what the International Court of Justice, said on the issue. There have been bad journalists that are on the side of Guyanese government's lies. So here we have Minister of Defense and FM Ivan Hill and a representative at the International Court of Justice, the ambassador of the Republic, among other officials. We are very pleased. So what Guyana requested as a provisional measure, which is very unprecedented without arguments, that Venezuela couldn't do its consultative referendum on December 3rd, and that Venezuela couldn't include the questions first, third, and fifth on the referendum. And so, in all, Guyana wanted something it couldn't get. So, on the paragraph 40 of the International Court of Justice decision, after reviewing the terms of the Guyanese government, the entity requires rules that these measures cannot be allowed. So these measures were rejected by the International Court, and so Venezuela defended itself because this is an internal affair of the Venezuelan state. So the logic consequences is that on December 3rd, all Venezuelans are going to cast their votes. And so it is logic that the International Court of Justice made such a decision. Aside that they are aware that Venezuela doesn't recognize their interference in this dispute. The International Court of Justice interference. So the court observes that this dispute is that Guyana administers and controls this territory. It's a Montgomery occupant on this territory. So they are saying that you are occupying this territory as a coup monger. So Guyana has been sold as a Saint Dove, a victim, and there seems there are reporters who don't read well, or just simply they like to bend the truth. And so these journalists have said to Guyana to be abstained on this to appeal decision, to this ruling. But this territory, the Essequibo, is subjected to a controversy. And so Guyana has to stop looking for mediators to threaten Venezuela. And so they could think about the relation on Venezuela and Guyana. So, as we can recall, the delivery of licenses on the sea that is pending to be delimited. I wanted just to send this message to those bad journalists that are sold by the Guyanese government. So, well, I'm going next to read the statement of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, the official statement. The government of Venezuela take notes on the pronouncement of the International Court of Justice in relation to the unprecedented and interferent provisional measures by the Federal Republic of Guyana on the consultative referendum on December 3rd. So Venezuela ratifies, loyal and steady to its historical position, doesn't recognize the mediation of the International Court of Justice on the Essequibo dispute, particularly taking into account the Geneva Agreement in 1966. So in this case, the Guyana's government has requested not to go further on the referendum and to remove the some of the 5 questions, 3 of these 5 questions. So the International Court of Justice rejected this request, which was unprecedented because it is about a right and an internal affair of Venezuela. So no country can interfere in the internal affairs of Venezuela or intend to modify its political participative system. Likewise, with this decision, it's been proven that Guyana, coup-monger occupant, is not a victim, doesn't have any title on the dispute territory, which has violated the Geneva Agreement and the international law, and so it's been exercising on these unlimited lands and sea. So, and it's being allied to the main worrisome imperialism. So Venezuela will continue its preparations to conduct the consultative referendum at the request of the Venezuelan parliament. No one will prevent Venezuela from expressing on this huge transcendental moment an issue of its territorial integrity. So Venezuela only recognizes the Geneva Agreement to sort out this dispute in an amicable and peaceful way. So the truth of Venezuela and its sovereignty, its constitutionality, self-determination has won. So on December 3rd, the Venezuelan people will cast their vote for the first time in history to defend its territorial integrity and will ratify our rights on the Guyana Essequibo are ours. So this son of Venezuela is born in Essequibo. So the truth has won a landslide victory, and so it's been very clear that Guyana has lost. So beyond ExxonMobil and the U.S. wanted to say something else, Venezuela got a landslide victory. Thank you very much. It's been the statements of Vice President.
We were listening to the statements of the Vice President of the Republic, Delcy Rodríguez. She stated that Guyana's request did not have any fundament, and that the International Court of Justice rejected the request of Guyana of eliminating the consultative referendum that is going to take place on December 3rd, and that the people is going to the polls early in the morning. Moreover, the court expresses that Guyana has never had control over that territory and that some journalists are meddling in this important issue without knowing what is happening. And more breaking news coming up. Stay tuned.